Man, things are going from bad to worse for Toast Interactive, and I feel so sorry for them because only, I think, a week ago did they have to tell everyone that they were downsizing their studio, and I think they actually closed their studio as well, leaving the future of, I guess, the team itself unknown. No one really knows what's going to happen. And then this morning, that Meta have now removed Max Mustard and Richies Plank from the Meta store. There's obviously some sort of legal issue happening here because neither side are talking about it. The only thing that comes to mind is when they did the Max Mustard promo. I don't know if you was part of that or knew about it. I think it was last September, something like that. August, around that time, that they dropped a little post-it note inside Richies Plank, and which is a very successful game. Like, it's a massive game, and in Richies Plank they did this poster, and it basically said that you can then get something like 90% off Max Mustard. Whatever it was, I'm pretty sure that Max Mustard turned out to be only $1, something like that. And then suddenly, obviously, Max Mustard surged up the MetaQuest sales charts. And obviously that then increased a lot of reviews. Now, what I don't know is whether that's something you're not supposed to do to inflate views, you know, whether by doing that sale, does it then kind of mess up the algorithm of how games are naturally performing? I don't know. I don't know what's happened, but all I know is this situation is obviously very bad for them. Luckily, Richies Plank is still available. I mean, it's on PSVR, but I guess not many people use PSVR, but you can still get it on Steam. And I do hope that they now think about bringing this to PSVR too. And I know some people are going to say, well, it's wired, man. That doesn't really make sense. I had a great time with Richies Plank on PSVR, and you can buy a USB extender. A lot of people with wired headsets actually have like a pulley system up on their ceilings. So, I mean, it can be done. It depends how hardcore you want to go with it. But Max Mustard itself is a great game, regardless of what platform you pick it up on. And I feel really bad because one of the things they come out and said was this game is selling better on PSVR 2. No one knew the numbers. Everyone jumped on this bandwagon. It was like, dude, if you want really good sales, bring your game to PSVR 2. That was kind of the thing that was being echoed around. But it turns out that still wasn't enough. The sales were incredibly low, which means for them, the MetaQuest version of Max Mustard was a big failure. It was a big failure in terms of sales. And it's such a shame because it's a fantastic platformer and now you can't buy it. And I really hope they get this sorted. The good news is if you did already own the games, like they're still there, you can uninstall them and reinstall them. That's fine. But you can't, I think for most regions, find the games on the store. Now, someone actually messaged me and said, let me just check this. So yeah, someone who follows me on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it still, they can still buy it in the Netherlands. So, I mean, if you have a VPN and you're still desperate to get these games, maybe that's how you can get around this situation. But yeah, I just feel after, you know, the studio closing or laying people off, this is massive for them. This is, you know, this is another nail in the coffin. And I hope it gets sorted, you know, whatever the legal issue is, I hope it gets sorted. I just feel Meta at the moment are just getting like beaten by the press. You know, there's not many good things out there being said at the moment. We talk about what they're doing to the Meta store with all this Horizon content that some people want and some people don't want. But the problem is there's no way of actually deciding. I would say if I had an option, do you want to see Horizon content anywhere on my mobile or feed? I would say no, thank you. But I can't do that. They don't want that to happen. They want to force feed you this stuff to make it popular, which is such a shame. And I just don't think it's going to work. A lot of people are angry now at Meta, but there is obviously a reason. They wouldn't legally do this without thinking that they are correct to do it. So instead of like thinking like they're bullies, you know, we need to actually figure out what Toast Interactive did to make this happen. I've never seen this happen before. So yeah, something's definitely gone wrong.